Welcome to Austrian wine country for the launch of
the brand new Porsche Cayenne Coupe.
Coupe. It's coupe.
We're in Europe. It's coupe.
All right, who's going to drive? Ready? Rock, paper. Oh, you win.
Yes.
Damn it. Well, Brian, you know I love me some Cayenne.
Yes, you've actually owned a couple, or you own one right now,
Yeah,
even.
I had the first generation when they did the facelift, and I have the last generation, and you know, these are great products. I mean, the ultimate family vehicle, if you ask me. They just do everything really well, and this one just does it with more style.
I'd love to have a new Cayenne or any Cayenne, so
Yeah.
you are very, very fortunate.
So the thing is, this is the sort of coupe thing we've seen in the industry. First of all, calling a four-door a coupe, I'm kind of opposed to that generally, but you know, everybody's doing it. Which one of these do you think looks the best? The X6, the GLE coupe, or this thing?
You know, I'm not going to be biased or sound biased because we're here with Porsche, but I think this is probably the best looking one. Why? Because to me, it looks like a larger Macan, and I like the Macan styling.
The hardest part is to get the back right. You know, when you slope the roof down and you get the back, like the X6 and the GLE are kind of mirror images of each other. This one looks a little bit better thought out.
Yeah, and well, the drive-wise, it's pretty well the same, similar to the third generation Cayenne.
Yeah, they'll sell you expensive, really expensive, and really, really expensive. So you've got Cayenne, Cayenne S, and Turbo, right?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, there is a hybrid coming.
There, I was just going to mention that. So we're driving in Austria right now in wine country.
Yeah.
And
that's all he's been doing all day, whining.
Whining. Not only did we ride in this, though, we had a ride in a pretty unusual ride.
It's a
dinner.
six-wheel kind of off-road thing, and they actually took us through a winery. And these guys were not shy about, you know, moving along in it, right? They were trying to scare us, I think.
I think at one point we did catch some air.
So you think there's a market for these sorts of things? Like, obviously there is, or else they wouldn't be bringing it out. But you know.
Do you think they're late to the game?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's an advantage to being sort of last to this, is you can see what everybody else has done and figured out where they've gone right and wrong and come up with your own thing. But it just seems like the SUV pie, they can just keep slicing it thinner and thinner and thinner. So is there going to be a Macan coupe?
Yeah, I don't know. We were joking yesterday, you know, like, and they're getting so sporty. There's so many options you can get for this. Like, when are they going to come out with like a Cayenne with a rear seat delete option?
Yeah,
right?
the T version. Now, you know what's interesting, speaking about deleting things, you know, Porsche is famous for taking stuff out and charging you more for it, right?
Yeah.
So with oh yeah, that's the one.
Oh yeah.
So this is, the one we're driving right now is the Cayenne S, which has a fantastic engine. It's the 2.9 liter twin turbo 6-cylinder with 434
horsepower. And I think I'm gonna go down here. Hi.
They're all wet. Hikers.
It just started pouring rain right now.
This is where Hansel and Gretel got lost. They're never seen again.
We should have brought some breadcrumbs from lunch. Seriously. You could drive for hours and it still looks exactly the same. We could be driving in circles.
We probably are driving in circles.
It is very pretty landscape here, though.
Yeah, gorgeous. With this, they take stuff out of it and they charge you more. So you get the lightweight sport package. So instead of this glass roof, you get a carbon roof. They take sound insulation out. They give you bigger 22-inch wheels and some side skirts, and it's lighter, but more money, right? Now, would you get it with the glass roof or with the carbon roof with no sunroof?
I would get it with the glass roof, which comes standard, by the way, just because it just feels a lot more airy, especially for the backseat passengers, right?
Yeah.
The carbon roof, it's so dark back there.
It's very dark. And you know what, you know, every time we drive together, I hate having the sunroof open, but I would get it with this. It has a big shade too.
Yeah, it doesn't open though.
So the roof is lower, right? 20 millimeters?
20 millimeters lower.
When you're sitting here though, looking forward,
you can't tell.
You can't tell. So on the outside, it comes standard with 20-inch wheels.
Speaking of standard, It comes standard with a lot of other things that are like Sport Corona package.
Yeah.
And the 20-inch wheels, that roof that we were talking about. So you get more, but you do pay a little bit more for sure.
A little bit.
Over the Cayenne.
A little bit more. It's like 10 grand more. But like you said, they add on more features. And if you do a cost to cost analysis, it's probably a few $1,000s more. Dad bod cam is underway.
2 dad bods in the back.
It's actually comfortable.
I'm almost 5'11", 5'10 and 3/4.
You're a giant of a man.
Yeah, and you are almost 6
Well, I have the
feet.
torso of a giant. Short legs, long body. Actually, not bad. You know, when I spoke to the engineers, they said the legroom is the same. The regular Cayenne, you can slide the seat fore and aft,
Yep.
but this, it's fixed.
And because they took out the mechanics for that,
Yeah.
they lowered the rear seat.
Yeah, 30 millimeters.
Yeah.
Actually, this isn't bad. You know what's interesting? I had an Audi A7 with this sloping rear roof. It's actually similar feel to that. There's enough room in here.
Yeah, and this has a leather interior.
Right.
And standard though, it comes actually with only 2 seats in the back.
Yeah,
and it has
it's storage here.
Yeah, storage here, or you can get like this bench seating, no extra charge, and that's what this has.
Also, if you get that lightweight sport package we talked about, you get rid of the leather seats and you get the houndstooth seats. Kind of like old 911 sports car looking seats, right?
I would probably get the bench just to have that extra seat belt for an extra person, right?
Yeah.
It makes it a little bit more versatile.
So yeah, it's pretty comfortable. Headroom isn't bad. Now, rear visibility, did you notice when you're driving?
Yeah, it's hampered a little bit because of the slope of the roof.
And there's no wiper
No wiper.
on a rainy day like this. Okay, I want to drive.
Okay.
Okay, how would you configure your Cayenne Coupe? You've got the base Cayenne, you've got the more expensive S and the Turbo.
I'd go in the middle.
You go in the middle?
Yeah.
That's the one we're driving now?
Yeah.
I think you're right. I mean, we drove the Turbo this morning, and it's amazing, but this engine, this 2.9 liter is sweet.
It's so smooth, it's responsive. It feels lighter than the big V8.
Yeah.
That V8's a monster though.
Well, you know what? The weight factor is something you consider. Now, what I was getting at is how would you configure it? So the Turbo, you get the air suspension as standard. I don't love air suspension in cars. I would like just the passive shocks. They are adaptable though. Would you get the rear steering, active rear steering?
No, probably not.
You wouldn't get that. Would you get the Porsche dynamic chassis control?
I do like that. I do like,
So that has the actuators on each corner when you go, and it's on this car here today.
Yeah.
When you're going around the corner,
Really
the car's
keeps it flat.
really flat. And it makes the steering feel a little bit heavier, but that's okay. I take that.
One option I definitely wouldn't get, first of all, because of the price. Well,
What's that?
that's the main thing is the price, is the ceramic brakes.
Yeah, those are crazy.
It's an extra 10 grand,
Yeah.
right?
What's 10 grand when you're spending 150?
Yeah, it's pretty spendy.
But Porsche has these new coated brakes. So they're not ceramics and they're not the regular brakes, they're coated and they reduce the amount of brake dust. That's a big one.
Yep.
And they last a long time as well. So they're not as expensive. So that's kind of the halfway measure. So yeah, Porsche. Now the other one is, I wouldn't get the Burmeister stereo.
It's actually Burmester,
How do you know?
because that's what it says. There's
It's
no
Burmeister.
There's no. It's B-U. No, it's Mester. M-E-S-T-E-R. It's not M-E-I-S-T-E-R.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been saying it wrong all
If
these
anybody
years.
knows how to say it,
Is
if
it
he's saying it
Burmeister?
wrong, make a comment. I think it's Burmester.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
It's M. There's right up there.
Yeah.
Burmester.
Burmester. Yeah.
I don't think it's worth the money.
Yeah.
The regular Bose one is pretty good.
It's about like $7,000.
I don't know. It's
right?
a lot of money.
There's a lot of a la carte options. In a Porsche, as people know.
Yeah.
Right?
So you would get the S. You would get the twin turbo V6.
Yeah.
I would get the PDCC. I wouldn't get the ceramic package for the roof.
No.
I wouldn't get that.
No.
Not the ceramic, the carbon package for the roof.
Yeah, the lightweight package.
So, anything else you would want to order?
No, I think it comes pretty well equipped standard-wise. You get the 12.3-inch screen. You get the two 7-inch screens behind in the gauge cluster there. You get the leather.
Yeah. Now, what about the glass panel here for the center? Do you like that?
It's growing on me. I'm still not loving it, but it's growing on me.
You know what's the Goldilocks Porsche right now is the Macan. Because what they did was they put the big screen in, like this, but they left the old buttons, the old switches, which I absolutely love. That's what's in my Cayenne.
Yeah.
So that's like the Goldilocks right now, but that too will end up with this glass panel.
Guaranteed.
So who's buying this?
Who's buying this? Well, if you want an SUV or a Cayenne especially, I'd love to have a Cayenne. You want something a little bit sportier, this is it. Right? It's you still have utility. Yeah. Right?
It's more exclusive. It's the most exclusive of the exclusive cars.
Yeah. You know, and I think, you know, it's got a lot of performance for the price. Yes, it's not cheap. But think of what else is out there. You know, if you're going to compare this to, let's say,
what about a Lamborghini
like
Urus?
Yeah. You know, or a Bentley. You know, those are twice the price of this, and this will perform just as good. That's for sure.
Yeah. So I never knew that you like Cayenne.
Yeah.
I never knew you liked the Cayenne.
I do. I have a family. So I need something, you know, it's like, it wouldn't be practical to get a Boxster or a 911. I love the new 911 though. Yeah. Man, oh man. You know, but yeah, it's just not practical. So if I had to have something practical, yet something sporty, Cayenne for sure. Yeah. Macan.
It's too small.
But it's too small.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. This is the sweet spot.
It really is.
Sweet and sour spot. Oh, speaking of that, what's sweet, what's sour about this?
Well, the sweetness, the looks. I think the styling is, they actually hit it really, really well. Yeah. With that spoiler, you know, it has that active spoiler too, but even with that top roof spoiler, it really breaks it up. It doesn't just look like a fastback slope down back like some of the other ones do.
I like the wider body. I think that, you know, the goodness of the Cayenne is here. It's just with a sleeker package, so that's good. I think the design is good. Yeah. Now, anything sour?
Sour-wise, well, obviously price. Yeah. Right?
Oh, we didn't get into the price. In the Canadian market, the Cayenne Coupe starts at $86,000.
For the base.
Yeah. 101.
For the S that we're driving here.
And 148,000.
And that's before any of the options, right? So this one here starts at 101. Yeah. But with all the options it's got.
How much?
Take a guess.
133,000.
Nope.
How much?
This is over $160,000.
What did they put on it? Well, you got the stereo, you got the PDCC, you got the rear steering.
Over $60,000 of options. It's a whole other car, right?
Oh my God!
Yeah, so it has the ceramic brakes as well. Yeah, that's $10K right there, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, you know, and then the PDCC, it's all plus, right? So that is a
Honey,
sour.
I bought a new car. How much was it? Yeah. Well, it started at 101. That's a lot of money, man. Wow.
I know. Yeah. So that is the sour part, but you have to realize it is a Porsche.
Okay, another sour thing is rear visibility isn't that great, looking out the back window, and there's no rear wiper.
And one other sour, not for me, but for you, still no Android Auto for the Porsches.
That's true, that's true. But you know, there's a lot of sweet. The engines are fantastic, the looks are good, it's a Porsche, it does everything it's supposed to do. I don't know. The sours are pretty minimum.
Yeah, very, very. Yeah, we had to actually look for them. Anyways, that's another edition of Sweet and Sour. And if you want any more detailed reviews, make sure you go to Motormouth.
That's my channel.
Or Everyday Reviews.
That's his channel.
Thanks for watching.
Peace out.